Hey goats. I hope you're having a good week so far. And today I'm going to go over this lesson because it's a little bit longer than usual. So when you start, we're going to take a look at the learning goals. Okay, so your goals today are, as you read this new story, is to try to find examples of figurative language. And if you click on the little notes, it takes you to the lesson on figurative language. That one is more of just an optional one. You won't be asked any questions about figurative language today. Today is more about getting the gist of the story and paying attention to the main character, the protagonist's feelings or mood throughout the story. So his name is Greg. And so we're really going to focus on the second one right here, which is to find words in a text that support the mood. And how we do that is to really look at the feeling of the character. Okay, so if I escape out of that, the next slide is going to show you a little background on the author. And what's nice it's nice to have a little background on the author because it helps you with tone later. Remember, tone is an author's feeling towards the topic that they're writing. So this week, we're getting the gist of the story. We're going to figure out the mood and maybe the overall topic. And then next week, you're going to think about, okay, now that we know what this story is about, what do we think Mr. Walter Dean Myers' feelings are towards this? And then it says before you start, you're going to need a piece of paper. So you want to make sure that you grab a piece of paper, okay? And you're going to create notes. And the reason I don't want you to take the notes right in the slideshow is because there's something about writing with a pencil and paper that really gets it into your brain. And this week is all about understanding the story, because next week we're going to have to actually apply everything we know about author's craft to this story. So you're going to set it up and you're going to have Greg Ridley's feelings on the top and why on the other side. Then when you go to the next slide, you have a couple options. You can click to read the story on your own, or you can click here and it opens it up in YouTube where someone else can read. Or if you want to do both, which is my favorite, is we'll click here and it'll open up the story. Then you can go back and you can open this up.
The Treasure of Lemon Brook.
And then you can split your screen. So if you split your screen, then
The Treasure of Lemon Brown.
You can listen to it on one side. Oops. You can listen to it on one side and you can read it on the other. Okay. So I want to go back to the directions for a little bit. And it mentions that you are going to track Greg's feelings from the beginning of the story all the way to the end and make sure you explain why. Okay. So if we go to the story over here, I'm going to use my focus. Okay. So it says the dark sky filled with angry swirling clouds. Well, right off the bat, I realize a storm might be coming. Okay. And that reflected Greg Ridley's mood as he sat on the stoop of his building. So you should be thinking, there's Greg. He's the one I'm supposed to be tracking his feelings. And this storm-filled sky is reflecting his mood. But we don't know why, and we don't know exactly, is he scared or is he mad? Okay, so we got to keep going. His father's voice came to him again, first reading the letter the principal had sent to the house, then lecturing endlessly about his poor efforts in math. I had to leave school when I was 13, his father had said. That's a year younger than you are now. If I'd had half the chances you have, Greg sat in the small, pale green kitchen listening, knowing the lecture would end with his father saying he couldn't play ball with the Scorpions. So now I know what Greg is feeling and I know why. And so you're going to write it down on your paper, okay? So Greg is feeling angry. And why is he angry? Because he's failing math and his dad won't let him play basketball. Okay? So you're going to do this throughout the whole story, okay? You're going to want to, pause it when you need to, but basically you're going to tell me different feelings that Greg goes through this story, and that's going to help us determine the overall mood at the end, okay? Then after you're done reading it, so again, there's the story. After you're done reading it, you're going to take your notes and you're going to put them on this slideshow. So it says insert your notes here, and I give you the directions on how to do that, okay? So I'm going to emphasize my mouse. You're going to go up here to insert and click on image, and then you're going to go down to camera. So then it might ask you if you can use the camera and just allow it. So then you're going to hold up your notes like that. And then you're going to hit this yellow button right here, okay? And then you'll click insert. Now, I got my face in that picture, and I really don't want my face in the picture. So you're going to double click on the picture, or you can just click on the picture and click format options. I'm sorry, that's not right. Excuse me. Just double click on the picture, and this black line will show up. So that's called, there we go. Okay, so then I totally got rid of my face, and I can make it big now, okay? The reason I want you to take hand notes, again, is because there is research behind that says when you use paper and a pencil, it gets in your brain a little bit longer, and it gets in there a little deeper. And I want you to be able to understand the story, because we're not only using it today, we're also using it tomorrow. Or, I'm sorry, next week. Okay, so then once you've inserted your picture, you're to the end of the slideshow. Again, this is going to probably take you more than 20 minutes, because just to read the story and to watch this video will probably take you 20 minutes. So to actually take the notes and answer this mood, this wrapping it up question, you may have to save that for Friday. So Friday is a catch-up day. This is a great time to do that if you don't want to spend more than 20 minutes a day. So when you get to this slide, this is wrapping it up. It gives you the definition of mood over here, and it says paying attention to a character's feelings throughout the story can help the reader figure out the mood. Based on the emotions of Greg Ridley, what are some mood words to describe the treasure of Lemon Brown? And then, so you're going to click on this. And I really want you guys to get past like, oh, happy, sad, angry, scary. If you click on that, it takes you to a little mini lesson on mood and tone. And you're going to skip right to the second one, the second slide. And the second slide has all these different words. So I want you to try using one of those words in your answer for this slide. Okay, and then now you'll notice that Greg goes through several different emotions. So I want you to pick one. If you want to pick more than one, you have to explain them both too. And then about a third of you forgot to do this last week. This is key. Make sure to support your answer with text evidence. So if you say the mood of the story is understanding or confusion, you want to make sure you support that with something that happened to Greg in the text. Once you're done with that, you're going to go in to the assignment, And this is for Tuesdays or Wednesday. So you'll click on the Wednesday assignment. You'll want to make sure that you view it. And then you're going to click mark as done or turn in. Sorry about that. When you are finished. All right, I think that's it. I miss you guys. Please email me with any questions. Good luck and stay safe.